Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is incredible, or whatever time you happen to be watching. Today, we're going to show you a little different view of the zoo. That's right, we're going dark. The truth is, when I first started designing the Reptarium, this is how I envisioned it. I thought that we wouldn't have overhead lights and that the cage lighting itself would be what would basically light the whole thing. And when you walk in, it would be this type of an experience. I mean, look at the way these enclosures pop and the animals' colors pop so much in this type of an environment. I mean, you can walk down, just look at how cool it is. I mean, it's so amazing going cage by cage. And this was the vision in my mind, you know, was this type of an environment where you could come in and see Al Pacino just looking even better than usual. You know, what basically happens a lot of times when the overhead light is on, it kind of drowns out the beauty of the animal. It kind of blows out the color a little bit. But when the lights are off, you can just see this amazing different world. And again, you know, a lot of reptiles are nocturnal, so that kind of darker feel was what I was initially going for. But the truth is the reason why we started turning the lights on is that we realized that people really enjoy seeing, you know, the pictures of their families and stuff like that. So it made sense to keep the lights on. I mean, look at Sriracha and Tabasco there. Oh my gosh. And look at, again, hives and Frenches up here. I mean, everything. The turtle pond just kind of glowing. And the fact is that every night people go home here typically 4 or 5 o'clock, and I get to stay here and actually experience this myself. And I walk through here and I see it, and that's why I wanted you guys to kind of get a feel for what I get to enjoy every single night like this. And I've often wondered, like, how could I incorporate this into part of the experience without taking away from the experience of people being able to get up close and take pictures of their family. I mean, look at Perdita. I mean, look at just every enclosure just pops so differently. And that's how I end almost every night of my life, is walking around here just enjoying this environment. I mean, look at the alligators over here, and of course chicken strip, and just every enclosure. The Ackie monitors up here, Bella up top, and then Elvis over here. The fact is that it's just really cool, and somehow I've got to figure out how to do this somewhere. You know, maybe we'll have like special nights like lights out night or something like that. I talked to you about the thunderstorm and lightning storms that we want to do. So it's definitely something that I want to do. But the fact is that a lot of these animals are nocturnal, right? So the fact is that at night, that's kind of when things come out, right? And that's when things get really interesting when it comes to most reptiles. But like I had mentioned, not all of our animals are nocturnal. Bella is not nocturnal, and Elvis is also not nocturnal. And typically about 7 o'clock at night or so, these guys are going to sleep. They're done. Bella's usually over here sleeping. Elvis is always up in the corner, kind of where he is right now, starting to go to sleep. So the round pupiled animals are diurnal, right? And that's where those cat eyes, right? Those cat eyes can actually expose more light and be able to see. And that is what's interesting about reptiles. Yes, there's plenty of diurnal or day-dwelling reptiles, but there also are a lot of nocturnal animals, and that's why it's so cool here at the Reptarium at night. Since we're going into the dark on this episode, I figured, remember we used to do the black light right here where we actually shined them on snakes? I thought there was a few animals I really wanted to take a look at, including the mystery ball clutch here. Remember, this is the one that I really don't know what they are, and I'm thinking maybe I can unlock a little bit of that mystery from actually turning out the lights and doing a black light. So let's go ahead, see what it looks like in the dark. And I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, you can see there's a little more freckling and a little more pattern, but it doesn't really tell me what's in it. I was hoping that I'd have a little bit more of a hint, like, okay, I can definitely see this, but nevertheless, still pretty cool. Let's try another one. That last one was more yellow. This is that one that was kind of gray that hatched out. So you know, maybe this one will be cooler. We'll see what happens. Interesting. I mean, definitely I can see a more defined pattern, because with the light on, it just looks all blown out. You can see this kind of striping down the back, which makes me think that there's definitely pinstripe influence in this, whereas with the lights on, I didn't really see that pinstripe influence, so that's interesting. But I've got an animal I'm super stoked to check out. Guys, this is the Banana Enchi Leopard Clown Ball Python. This thing glows without a black light, so I cannot wait to see what this thing looks like. What do you say we check it out? Oh my goodness, look at that thing go. Ooh, doggy. This is like one of those crazy like 1990s or 1980s crazy posters that you would see in some smoke shop or something like that. That thing is on fire. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God, that is ridiculous. Of course, these are the giant leaf-tailed geckos from Madagascar, and you certainly can't have a more nocturnal animal than this. The thing that's amazing about these, the Uroplates fimbriatus, is the fact that their eyes are so sensitive. They're about 300 times more able to see in the dark than a human being. So much so that they're one of the few animals on the planet that can see in full color in pitch black. That is pretty amazing. And you guys know Drogo is certainly a very nocturnal animal. I mean, he basically sleeps most of the day, to be totally honest with you. He's up right now, and when we come in, he always wakes up to look at us and say, hey, who's that? And he knows our voice, you know. Now, sloths don't have really great eyesight, but they have really good smell, and they have really good sense of hearing. So he knows my voice, he knows Jay's voice, he knows Lori's voice, so he knows all about it. And you can see, he knows I'm here, and he just went right back to sleep because he's like, oh, it's just Dad, no big deal, you know what I mean? But the fact is that he really wakes up at night. I mean, about 1 o'clock in the morning, oh my gosh, it's Drogo time, and we have some amazingly funny footage from our security in here. I mean, it is so fun to watch this guy. He wakes up at 1 and he gets going for several hours where he is just off the chains. I mean, it's really, really cool. But Drogo is as nocturnal as it gets. So now I'm down here at BHB, and I actually have a camera that does infrared. So I'm hoping that we can actually make our way over to RJ's pond. And I'm telling you what, guys, like literally, if I'm not looking at the screen, I can't see anything. It's jet black in here. So it's kind of freaky to walk around. You can see the racks to kind of the right and to the left of me. And it's just definitely a weird feeling in here. There's no doubt about it. But I can hear RJ's pond, and I think I'm getting pretty close. So as it comes up in my screen, maybe I can actually see it. Let's go ahead and see if we can see RJ right over here. And you can take a look at RJ here. I was hoping that I could actually see the shine of his eyes with this infrared, but unfortunately I can't. But still, it's pretty freaky to just be standing. Whoa, here he comes. Whoa, RJ, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, he's weird. I'm literally inches away from him, but I cannot see anything except through this screen right here. Other than that, I don't even know how close I am. I don't know if he could jump up and grab my hand right now or not, but wow, that is really freaky. Oh, here he comes. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, what a trip. But unfortunately, we can't see that glow in the eyes that I was hoping we could see. But nevertheless, still pretty cool and absolutely freaky. And of course, there's a lot of creepy crawlies that are nocturnal too. When it comes to spiders in particular, these guys come out at night. Of course, scorpions are the same way. So it's kind of cool to get in here with the lights out and kind of see them acting a little bit more natural. I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys are pretty socialized and habituated to the lights being on and people, you know, being around them and them moving around and stuff like that. But there is something special about it when the lights are out here and it gets dark. The animals all act just slightly different, and it's a time that I cherish for sure. So let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about the place at night, and if I should somehow incorporate some sort of special event, maybe once a month or something like that. We have a like dark out night or something like that where it's just dark in here. I'm not sure. I just love the way this place feels and looks at night, and I want to be able to share it. You know, obviously it's cool to video it for the first time and show you guys, but I don't know. I'd like it to be open to the public like this, but I just don't know. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I I literally could sit here all day just playing around with this because it's so surprising how amazing the animals look under black light. Let's check this banana black pastel out. And look at that thing. Oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. Whew. Again, typically when you have the whites like this that just kind of pop, wow. And of course the banana is already purplish. This thing is ridiculous under a black light. Okay, last one, or I'm going to be here all night looking at these things. This is actually an albino black pastel, so a lot like the banana black pastel, but albino. Let's see what this one looks like. And again, just look at the white popping on that animal right there. Oh my gosh. Again, white is definitely the way to go when it comes to the black light situation. That is unbelievable. Could you imagine if you could produce a ball python that looked like that all the time? Wow, that thing is ridiculous. I'm over here at the reptarium now, and remember we have night lights now in the anaconda's enclosure, so I can still see Ivy, and she is looking absolutely incredible. Really good. She's starting to go into shed, which is a really good sign too. Remember how she had a slight respiratory infection. Actually, going through a shed is a way that they kind of heal themselves. So I'm really happy she's going into shed. She should be fine afterwards. But other than her enclosure, everything else here is pitch black. As soon as I get back to here, I can now see nothing. I mean, see a little bit of shadows here and there that you can just barely see. I mean, I can't even see the animals or anything. So this is definitely a little more freaky. And again, when you stand silent, you can kind of hear things kind of moving around and crawling around. Again, this thing comes to life at night. Oftentimes, I'll actually come in here with a flashlight with all the lights out, and it's really pretty cool, but it is pretty freaky. Obviously, you can hear the waterfall of salt and pepper, but it's just too dark to even see. So nevertheless, definitely different in here at night. This reminds me of some of Noah's 24-hour challenge when I was here in the pitch black. He's trying to scare the heck out of me. So there it is, guys. That's right, lights back on and the place is good. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, can you hit this playlist over here? Watch 1 or 2 videos. It really does help me. I'm telling you, it does help me. You can also subscribe to my podcast channel right up over here on this side. I hope you're subscribed to this channel. We're getting close to 3 million. Help us get there. Turn all your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to somebody, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.